AFTV, a 3-0 win. Dan, you just come from the stadium. How you feeling, bro?
Listen, comfortable. There were some negatives in there, to be fair, tonight. But when you look at it, how comfortable it was, you can't really complain. I think when you look at a positive performance in terms of how we should have won that game, I think we could have been walking away a little bit easier. But with a 3-0 victory, you can't complain, man. When I look at what we've got at the moment, Turkish, I do think that it's clear to see where we are weak. And what I mean by that is in terms of strength in depth. I think when you're still playing Gabriel at left centre-back, it means you've got no other left-footed centre-back. When you're still playing Granit Xhaka, it means you've got no other left-sided centre midfielder. And I think that although... Martinelli, left
Albeit
midfielder.
Emil Smith-Rowe, that's, I guess,
Smith-Rowe, you're right there, but also Nelson, who was on the bench for the last 2 games, could have probably gone in there.
He came on
ready?
and...
Looked all right, man. I mean, I've never really got it with him, if I'm honest with you. But man, I can't see them be negative, man. 3-0. Yeah. They weren't much, were they? Let's be honest. I'll tell you what, first thing I want to say, their fans are wicked, by the way. Absolutely wicked. It was like...
You could see it on the TV.
Bro, it reminded me of Dortmund, like a sea of yellow. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? So, man, that was when we were in the Champions League. Do you know what I'm saying? But I honestly was respect to them because they probably went there thinking we're not going to do anything here. Let's just enjoy the time, and fair play to them because they were better than us in terms of in terms of the noise. I think at the Emirates home and away we've been fantastic, Arsenal fans. But today, they really did.
Bodo fans stole the show.
100%, bro, 100%.
At least we stole the show on the pitch.
We really did, man, because, it could have been 5 or 6. Maybe I've been a bit harsh and nitpicking, but sometimes that's what I do. But I do look at it and think there are some positions there that we definitely need to strengthen going forward. And that's why there's some doubts in Arsenal fans' mind that we can go on and be title challengers, etc. Because when you see 1 or 2 players out, we do look a little bit different in areas of the team. Players like Lokonga, really like him on the ball, actually. I think he's a very good player on the ball. There's stuff off the ball, I don't really get it with him. And I think there's no real winning mentality tackles that I see from this guy in terms of the intensity. Sometimes a little bit calm on the ball, a little bit cool. You need that, but you also need the other side of the game, and I'm not so sure he's there yet. So there's definitely some positives and definitely some negatives for me, bro.
Standouts. Who stood out for you today? Because at the end of the stream in the studio, I asked for man of the match, and everyone kind of looked around. Vieira was the common name that was. The chat was saying Tierney, Tomiyasu, maybe. Charlene said everyone. Who stood out for you?
I think you've named 2 of them. Vieira and Tierney were 2 that I looked at, and the one that frustrated me, but actually played well, I thought in parts, particularly off the ball, was Eddie.
Yep.
Now I know he was wasteful in a couple of chances, and I do have worries about that for me. He does have to be more composure, more calm on the ball. But his work rate and his strength has definitely improved. Like his off-the-ball stuff and his strength, by far, he's progressing. So as much as I'm not a fan of him being our number 2 striker, I'd rather have somebody else there and him still there at number 3. I think you have to look at just Eddie and take your mind off what we've seen of previous Eddies when he's missing chances. We saw that again tonight, but what we didn't see last season, in my opinion, a lot was his work rate and the actual muscle that I've seen on this kid now. So I looked at the first half in particular, and he was chasing down every ball, and he looked like he wanted that ball. And that's all you can ask from a player. Do you remember the old days of Welbecks and Nwobis when you thought they ain't going to be good enough? But do you know what? I respect them because they always give 110%. I kind of get that with Eddie Nketiah. And I think that if he can improve his composure in front of goal, it will come to him because he's still, is he 22, 23? Yeah. So he's not like he's 32, still 33. Young. Still going to learn some of that ball stuff. And the thing is with him, Turkish as well, he's actually not playing a lot of games this season because we haven't really only just started the Europa League. So when he's given the nod, he's given 110%. Fabio Vieira, I really like some of his touches, and I think he's definitely got a ping on him. Do you know what I mean? He can ping that ball, and I like that a lot. Marquinhos as well, I think, particularly in the first half, a lot of the things he was doing I liked. I like some of his crossing ability. I think his dribbling on the ball was definitely there. A couple of times, he's missed it, but he's a young kid, 19 years old, it's going to happen. So, again, really hard to pick one. But one I probably would say that if I was to look at from minute 1 till he came off was probably Kieran Tierney. Yeah. Because this is a player that I think now we bought Zinchenko, people just now think that this guy's just an okay footballer. Let's not forget that this guy's a wicked footballer. And I think everything that he does epitomises what I want to see a footballer do in an Arsenal shirt. And he's one of my favourite players for a reason because he gives a damn, gives 110%, he's got sheer quality on the ball, he's got a crossing ability, and I think that everything he can do that Zinchenko does going forward, he betters going back. I think defensively, for me, and positioning-wise, better than Zinchenko. And that's why I would play him on Sunday, because for me, Salah and Trent Alexander, let's not laugh too loud just yet, because Zinchenko was giving Emerson and Richarlison a lot of space. I love Zinchenko on the ball. I love him going forward. But positionally, the discipline ain't there for me. And Tierney tonight, I think, proved why I believe he deserves a nod on Sunday, man.
Well, you mentioned Sunday. Confident about Sunday?
I think we have to be, man. The way we're playing and the way they're playing. But let's not laugh too loud at the way they are playing, just for the pure fact that we don't normally beat them comfortably at our ground.
Yeah.
Now, away from home, different story. They always seem to batter us. But even at our ground, you know, I think the last time we've beaten them in the last few years was the COVID season at home, where there was nobody in the ground. Other than that, Diogo Jota's had some fun with us over the last couple of years.
They secured the title by then as well.
100, yeah, exactly. So they're just turning up to basically play and they're on the beach. So I think when we look at it, same team for me against Tottenham, I would go with Tierney ahead of Zinchenko.
The only change.
Only change for me, and I think we've got a good chance. I think, you know, I've kind of predicted that they might nick a draw here, Liverpool, just for the pure fact that I know that they cannot lose this game. They lose this game, and it's not just title over. For them, I think top four is going to be really hard for them because they're going to be crumbling if they can continue to lose. So for me, I think they're going to have to do something here, and that's why I think they're going to have to try and nick something. But if I'm going with my heart, I'm going 2-1. If I'm going with my head, I think Liverpool might nick something. But when we're looking at confidence at the moment, the momentum's with us. We're top of the group stages. We're top of the Premier League. I can't really be too down on this side at the moment, man. It's looking good.
Even saying that Liverpool might nick something is coming a long way. Yeah.
Imagine, like, you know, Man City and Liverpool were two sides that we looked at and thought, if we can beat them, I'll be happy. And at the moment, it's Manchester City that are looking the sides that are going to beat everybody, and we're the ones looking right behind them. So I think if we can continue keeping these players fit, I've got a lot more confidence than I have with some of the players that we might have to bring in from tonight. Because if we're starting to play Cedric's, Holdings, El Nenis when he's back, Lokongas, Eddie Nketiah's, I haven't got the same amount of confidence I have in that first 11. Because at the moment, bro, that first 11 is looking very, very strong. So long may that continue, man. And let's see what we can do on Sunday, bro.
I agree. Thank you, Dan.
Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.